Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here on Monday the 1st of September. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Well, this is it. It's the first day of autumn. Summer has gone and we're now in autumn through September, October and November. I wonder what it's going to bring. Well, there's some dry weather on the cards for this week. First up, though, I just wanted to say a great big thank you for all your support for our Macmillan fundraising campaign, which took place throughout August. I'm absolutely delighted to report that so far we've raised the magnificent total of £2,450. That's well in excess of what we hoped to raise. Our target was £1,000 initially. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for the donations. I've already had letters from Macmillan saying please pass on our thanks to everybody involved. Incidentally, if you do fancy just topping up that £50 to make it £2,500, you can still do so. Here's how. Just go to justgiving.com/sailing weather and you can donate any amount you want there, or text Swiss 99 and £10 to 70070. But thank you so much for your support and for your donations. I'm sure you'll agree it was a very, very worthwhile activity. Thank you once again. And I should say thanks for allowing me to plug it as well to you. Anyway, on with the forecast. September now, and a bit of a forecasting problem ahead is the high pressure that's centred over the country during the course of this week and deciding what happens to it. Some discrepancies in the models, fairly subtle differences between the models. This is the charts for next Thursday. So this is for Thursday the 11th of September. And you notice here, look, this is the Canadian. Got a trough out towards the west. We've got a ridge off to the east. There's the GFS doing a very similar thing. And the ECMWF as well. But you'll notice that within those charts, there are differences, small scale troughs that are affecting the British Isles. Look, here, here and here. And one of the problems is deciding how that effect will take place and the implications of it. And it's those small scale troughs that will just have this subtle effect on the weather. And the models are all going very much into high pressure, but I've got to say I just have some doubts over this, and you'll know if you've been watching. I've been talking about Friday being the day to watch and through the weekend too. I don't think washout is in order. I just don't think it's perhaps going to be quite as good as is suggested, and the ECMWF picks up on this quite well, I think. Now, the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar flow, valid from next Monday through to Thursday the 11th, shows ECMWF on the left here, GFS on the right. Both of them, look, have got above normal heights here up towards the north of the country. But what they both try to do is to reduce those heights and bring a trough in towards the south. Look, so it's undercutting this high, pushing the high north. And I think that's going to be how this thing develops. And I think it's from Friday onwards that we've got the risk of this taking place. So it'll undercut, push the high northwards, bring rain into the south, but the northern half of the country staying largely dry. And this chart really shows the discrepancies between the various different models. So we've got the date across the bottom here. It's this top chart here that we're interested in looking at. So you see the dates there across the bottom. Each one of those coloured lines represents various models. And you can see here, look, the green line is the GFS. Look at that, into high pressure. Okay. But the orange line, look, is the Canadian, and look at the difference, the Canadian global model, that is. This is the pressure centred on Liverpool, but it's perfectly representative of the whole of the country. So we're seeing a big difference, look here. We've got pressure there of 1,010 on the Canadian. We've got 1,030 on the UK Met model. So, sorry, not the UK Met, on the GFS model. So you see that big discrepancy between those two on where this low is going to be and the impact that it's going to have. So I really don't think things are cut and dry at the moment for the weekend. And the build-up to that high shows nicely through the charts. There's today's front bringing a bit of rain to the south. Here's the high look building to the south. And remember, these charts are based on the GFS. Tuesday sees high pressure through the country, and it stays there through Wednesday as well. Similar conditions on Thursday. On Friday, it's pulled the high off towards the west. There are hints here, look, of a trough of sorts trying to be centred somewhere close to the country during Friday. This would swing west, bringing those showers, with a further trough coming in from the north here associated with that cold front, bringing showers to Scotland. I'm not quite sure that that's how this develops. In fact, I don't think it's going to be how this develops. If it does, then I'm really impressed with the GFS. I think it's this low down here that's the more significant feature that I think could be in here, bringing showers in that sort of zone there. Yes, some showers as well developing in here, and the tendency through the weekend for those showers to develop further. But that's not what the GFS is doing. Look, it brings high pressure back in for Saturday, takes us back into an eastern northeasterly, keeps us under that high. The GFS sometimes can run away with this idea. So when you're looking on the internet at weather forecasts over the coming days, you're going to see this high really, really dominating. But bear in mind what I'm telling you here about the uncertainties. And the CFS does see some uncertainty too. This is week 1, so this is the next week. You see high pressure there, the higher than normal heights, well in control. If we just look at week 2, so the red basically tells us where there's more likely to be high pressure, the green where pressure is likely to be lower. And this is week 2. Look, it's squeezed off that high towards the north, look, and lowered the heights down towards the south, indicating this sort of push from the south of lower pressure. And then it's week 3 forecast from the 14th to the 20th. Has this lower than normal heights to the south, higher than normal up towards the north, and really does go for this undercut. So you'd still have dry conditions through much of Scotland, but across much of Ireland and across England and also Wales, periods of rain, showery periods of rain, and into week 4, we get the high building back out in the Atlantic once again, look. So the idea of a trough kind of being through there, an improvement taking place from about the 22nd, 23rd onwards. Now, I don't think, again, that CFS has quite got this. I originally went for the idea of perhaps this fine period of weather lasting for 4 or 5 days from around the 2nd or the 3rd of the month, going up to the 7th or the 8th, then more mixed from about the 9th through to the 19th, and then better again from the 20th onwards. And I can pick that out of the various different models, that there's a kind of a story playing through here. I'm not sure of the detail of this, but I'm still thinking of these dates. I just don't want you to fall into the trap of thinking next week's going to be glorious and dry. It may be, I could be completely wrong here, but there are still enough conflicting signals from the models to make us wonder. I'm still happier with the idea of the back end of September being dry and fair and possibly fine. So lots to be going on with there. I'll let you inwardly digest that. But of course, I'll keep you updated right the way through the week on how we see things developing. But for now, whatever you're doing, have a great day. Thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.